Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Help Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, Wigan Warriors looking internally for extra points solution, updates on stud down players. But first, is this Bronco coming into a beneficial time for his contract? England international centre Herbie Farnworth is reportedly being targeted for a huge sum of money. That's according to the Worldwide of Sports The Mole, who claim that the new NRL side, the Dolphins, are keeping tabs on the current Brisbane Broncos centre. But Fox Sports have revealed the Dolphins are willing to offer a contract over $500,000 a season for his services. Farnworth, who is still only 21, has been a small ray of light in Brisbane's doubter past few seasons in the Australian competition, and the Dolphins are preparing to make a substantial offer. Worldwide of Sports has heard the Dolphins are preparing the offer to Farnworth to get him to put the pen to paper, which is over the odds, with quotes reporting as much as $500,000 a season. The Dolphins, who will be part of the NRL from the 2023 season onwards, have so far only managed to sign 2 players and take them over the line in the shape of Felice Kafusi from the Melbourne Storm and Ray Stone from the Parramatta Eels. The trouble for new sides is most of the NRL clubs do not have players available past 2023, and given the determination to tie their best players down to contracts to negate any moves on the way. But with just over a year until Brisbane's newly based side takes to Australia's most prized competition, the club needs to act fast in order to build in a formidable side. Farnworth has made 41 appearances since debuting for the Broncos in 2019, scoring 9 tries and kicking 19 goals. And with the 21-year-old Englishman off contract as of 2023, it's probably going to be a good time for him to sign elsewhere, considering that the Brisbane Broncos salary cap is very tight after signing players like Adam Reynolds and Kurt Capewell for the 2022 and beyond. With his versatility as well, it will add to the backline for the Dolphins, with him wanting to be a winger or a fullback, as even the Broncos see him as competition for Tesi Niu to take the number 1 jersey in 2022. So the potential is there for this young lad, and there's no shortage, I'm sure, of people who will offer him decent contracts when the season ends. Now, the immediate future of Storm prop Tui Kamikamica is in doubt after the NRL told his club he will be subject to the no-fault stand-down rule until he faces court proceedings. Kamikamica, who returned to training with the Storm, has been charged with assault, occasioning bodily harm, following an alleged incident involving a woman at a Brisbane night spot. The Storm only learned of the charge after being told of the situation almost 2 weeks after the police investigation. Kamikamica was stood down from training by Storm in November after he was charged with assault. He has since informed the club he intends to enter a plea of not guilty to the charges, Melbourne said in a statement. The NRL's no-fault policy stands down players, allows Kamikamica to continue training, but he will be unavailable for selection to play while the court proceedings are ongoing. This is a story that we've covered before, and just to reiterate, Kamika's case is not due to appear in front of court until January the 10th. But meanwhile, the playing future of another player currently stood down under the NRL's no-fault policy, Mane's Fainu, has become even more clouded after the Manly hooker underwent a third shoulder reconstruction last week. Fainu remains on a $1,000 a week train and trial deal with the Sea Eagles, having been stood down for the last 2 seasons by the NRL following his alleged involvement in a stabbing at a church dance in 2019. The 23-year-old pled not guilty to charges including wounding a person with the intent to cause grievous bodily harm, affray, and reckless causing grievous bodily harm in company. He is due back in court in July. Fainu underwent a reconstruction last week after he struggled to get through his share of training sessions last season. The Herald can reveal that Fainu's shoulder popped out almost half a dozen times. The recovery time for the latest surgery is 6 months. Fainu is said to be struggling after his latest surgery, and sources with knowledge of the injury say he may struggle to play again, even if cleared of criminal charges. Manly Chief Executive Stephen Humphries confirmed Fainu had the same shoulder operated on for a third time. We will be supporting Mane's all the way through his rehab with the hope he will get back to playing on the field at some point in the future, Humphries said. Fainu has 3 brothers on the books at Manly as well, all younger: Sione, Samuela and Latu. Latu is a promising 5'8", aged just 16 years old, who recently inked a deal that could see him earn in excess of $1.5 million with bonuses over the next few years. Mane spent 2 weeks behind bars after the stabbing incident at Wattle Grove in Sydney Southwest, and told the Herald earlier this year Manly coach Daz Hasler remains in touch with him, even paying him a visit whilst in jail. I do have to say this, if the Sea Eagles did decide to cut their losses with the incidents going on with Fainu, they are well stocked with number 9s, with Lachlan Croker making the role his own last year. Carl Lawton is a specialist hooker, and Gordon Chankontong, as well as Jamie Humphries, who are under development contracts, are capable hookers and will be available in the coming years. So, while this young gentleman has got incidents behind him, it could be forced out of his hand in rugby league. Not good. But if it turns out that he is responsible for his part in these incidents, if he has a part in these incidents, then it's rugby league career bye, I think, as well. So it's going to be a tough one, but Manly should go on as they were with the players that they have in now. So after a disappointing season last year, Wigan Warriors have already started to correct their goal kicking issues from last season, with Lee Briers given the task to come up with the club's candidates and sort them out to be more clinical and more effective for the next season. The Warriors struggled with conversion attempts last season, recording just 60% success rates in the Super League season. that it was comfortably the worst in the competition last season, and an issue head coach Matt Peet is clearly keen to rectify during the 2022 campaign. During his playing career, Brace has been kicked almost 1,000 goals for Warrington during his playing career and amassed near 3,000 points throughout his playing days. So Brace has been given the task with fixing up the issue, and he's already spending considerable time with the players in an attempt to improve the goal kicking for the new season. As it stands, Wigan have yet to decide who will take over on that duty, though Peter's admitted he's likely to be open-minded about who takes the goal kicking responsibility and as the season develops. Lee is doing a lot of the goal kicking at the moment, Pete said. Harry Smith and Jay Fields are the main ones shooting it out, but we've got Zach Hardacre too. When Harry, Zach and Jai are in the team, I'll go with the best kicker at the time. Lee is doing a lot of that at the moment and really working hard with them. We've not nailed our colours to the mast yet, but under the tutelage of Lee, they are all going to benefit from the time and the knowledge he has. Even in the recent successful days with Sean Wayne's defensive-minded teams, they never really had a thoroughly successful goal kicker, as they went through a few incarnations with Tony Smith being one of the people. Matty Smith being one of the people that was on kicking duty. And it's not since Pat Richards was involved in the club when Wigan had a decent kicker off the tee. Don't get me wrong, they had other type of kickers available to them, but you look back in the history, you have Pat Richards and Andy Farrell, just to name two, who stood over the tee and were almost metronomic when it came to goal kicking. It is one of the main problems with Wigan Warriors, but it's not the only one, as last season they only scored 387 points in their 25 games. Not to mention the 385 points they conceded in the 25 games. 25 games is the most games played in the Super League last season, as it was again decided on its percentage of wins for the table. It turns out that Wigan only scored 15.48 points per game. Even Wigan at their worst, back when they were close to relegation, weren't scoring that many points. That was in the Super League era as well. Weren't scoring as low points as them. But anyway, if they can get one nut cracked, everything else will go on top, as 4s to 6s is another half try on top. It needs to be sorted out because a team like Catalan Dragons scored 688 points in their season, which got them 19 wins from their 23 games. 19 wins for Wigan, they would have won the league. Take as that as you will, but with Lee Braze on the extra points duty, it could mean better things are coming for Wigan Warriors. And that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates you may hear over the next few days. I'll be looking into a few videos for Christmas, and also so that I can have Christmas Day to myself, something a bit easier. Want me news? Might be a look back. Some of my favourite moments in rugby league. But anyway, tell me what your thoughts are of this episode today. I know I've been a bit mumbly, my teeth are back in place now and I'm getting back together. Do you think the Dolphins are right to go after Herbie Farnworth? his age and potential mean that he will be a benefit for them? Can Lee Breers sort out the Wigan Warriors kicking conundrum? And what are your thoughts on the two stud-down players for NRL? One for the Storm, one for the Seagulls. Do you think they have a way back? Only time will tell, I'd say, in my front. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment on today's video, anything that you think of. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. All the best, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.